Welcome to my first 20-0 tactics of the new game. If these help you, let's try and hit 200 likes. Subscribe if you're new and I will help you get better at FIFA. If you want the cheapest FC24 coins to get ahead of the competition, check out MMOEXP by clicking the link down below and use code JambooUK for 5% off. Okay, so we are getting into the tactics. I did bottle the 20-0 on my own account, but I do run a weekend league service. I'm 3 weekend leagues deep already, which is disgusting when you think about it. But we have managed to hit our first 20-0 on one of the customer accounts. If you guys want me to play your weekend league, link is in the description. But you guys are here for the custom tactics. So let's get straight into it. I'm just trying to stay consistent with using the same things, even when I'm using different accounts, because it's a new game. I'm still learning it. I'm not the best or where I want to be at the moment. So I'm literally copy and pasting my tactics wherever I'm playing. We have a 5-2-2-1, which is probably the setup I actually use the least out of any, I would say. It's definitely not my sort of go-to. It's more of a seeing out setup, but it's very, very decent. We've got balanced 50 on the width, 60 on the depth, balanced direct passing, 60 width, 6 players in the box, you guys can see there. In terms of the sort of players you want for it, obviously my team isn't properly set up for a 5-back. I had Griezmann, who would be playing as a right wing-back, not ideal, but you guys can see there, two sort of DMs that are good at defending, but good on the ball is preferred. And then for the attack, just quick, good on the ball, and clinical. So we do have stay central, getting behind on the striker. We have getting behind on both of the wide cams, or the wingers in this formation actually. Stay back while attacking on one of the CDMs with cover centre, and then just cover centre on the other. And then the most important instruction for this formation is you do want those overlapping fullbacks. That is super, super important. But moving on, we'll go with the 4-3-2-1 because that is what I actually use to start games in, and it is my current favourite. So we have balanced on the defensive, 60 width and 65 depth, direct passing, 6 players in the box, you guys can see it there. This is just so good for going forward. Like, I find through balls to be really good on this game, along with like driven passes. So you essentially have 3 strikers in this formation. That is how it plays, and it is super, super good. You can see in one of the centre mid spots, I do have Griezmann, and he's actually really good there. I'd recommend, if you had someone like a Messi in that left centre mid spot, it works really well. They don't need to be able to defend in order to actually play that role. It just does not matter. I've obviously got like Coquelin, who can defend, and then Bruno, who's more of like a box-to-box as well, and then Griezmann's the creative one. But the main thing in this setup, I have been finding that because of the through balls and stuff, you really can get caught on the counter. So like Militao as a defensive fullback really worked, pretty good. So stay central, getting behind on 2 of the forwards. You are going to want getting behind, but also come back on defence on 1 of the forwards. And then whichever side that you pick to be your comeback, you're going to want that side centre mid to be on cover centre as well, along with the middle centre mid. This is so you can defend in a 4-4-2. And as you can see, we do have the left centre mid on cover wing. We've got overlap on not both, I changed that, 1 of the fullbacks. So Theo Hernandez, overlap, and then Militao, stay back while attacking. It just felt a lot more stable defensively. Like, you can rip people apart with both fullbacks overlapping, but as soon as you match someone who notices that and they know what they're doing, you just get ripped apart. So I am finding that the stay back while attacking on 1 of them is super effective. But moving on, we then have the 4-2-3-1, and this is just always a good formation in FIFA. I think it's just never not going to be good. Balance 55-45, direct passing, 60 on the width, 5 players in the box, and this is more of it's a formation that you can definitely attack in, but I would say it's more of a defensive possession-based formation. You've got a lot of wide passes in both the fullbacks, the wide cams, but you've also got those options in the middle. I think for keeping the ball, this is probably one of the best setups out there for sure. But defensively, super solid because obviously you've got the two CDMs just sat in front of that flat back four, and that works extremely well. You know, as long as you got the quick players out wide, you can afford to have a little bit of a slower cam as well. Like Griezmann works really well there. In an ideal world, I would have Neymar as the cam, but you know, Griezmann as the striker with his pace, probably not too ideal. We have getting behind and stay forward on the striker, stay forward on the cam, and then come back on defence on both of the wide cams, just so you can defend, you know, with a little bit more support. If you just have your, you know, all the cams staying up there, you do get left a little bit exposed, like in wide positions. So I just prefer to have them come back, and because you've got stay forward on the middle cam, you're always going to have that cam and the striker together as well. So you're not going to be just left with no attacking options. And it's also, it seems quite good, you know, for counter attacks because your wide cams will move from being back near your defence to actually just sprinting back up to where they should be. And you get some nice options off of that. So again, I have one of the CDMs on stay back and then the other on balance, both on cover center as well. And in this formation, I would just recommend having stay back while attacking on both fullbacks. This isn't a formation where you need the overlaps. It's not like a 4-3-2-1 where it has no width. We have natural width in this formation. So that is the 4-2-3-1. And that is for just being a little bit more, you know, keeping the ball, not sacrificing your attack, but wanting to. So it's sort of a game management formation. That's what we'll go with. But we then have what everybody should have set up, no matter what, because in Foot Champs, you're going to be 1-2 goals down with 10 minutes to go. It's just going to happen. You need an all-out press tactic. It is an absolute must. So it's constant pressure, 100 on the depth, fast build-up, forward runs. The reason I have this on 7 instead of 10 is because you don't want the centre-backs running up. They're useless in the attack. They're just not going to help. They're going to hinder you more than you actually benefit from it. But as you can see, very attacking. You're essentially attacking with like 7 players at absolutely all times. And with the instructions, it's literally getting behind, getting behind, getting behind. You can even put these on get forwards, but you will be super exposed. I just like to take advantage of the press and actually try and keep some sort of shape. So that is how we do it, boys. If you have any questions about any of these tactics, do feel free to ask in the comments. I'll try and reply to as many as possible. But if you made it this far, please do me a favour and subscribe. I'm really trying to get 100k. But thank you for watching, and peace.